All right.
And of course, as soon as I bring it up, hey, folks. Oh, I have the feeling OBS just hates Discord because I've got my good friend here, Grendel, and he's Mr. Black Screen again.
Hello. Yeah,
Oh, and he
we'll work
pops up.
around it.
We're working around it. It comes up
Yep.
intermittently.
Yeah,
I'm,
we'll figure it out.
yeah, I'm not positive what it is.
Uh, if you know what it is, please mention it in the comments.
Please, because this poor guy here is, yeah.
Yeah,
Fair
I like to see
warning.
my ugly mug anyway, but
Yeah. We are flying without a moderator tonight, which means you're under my tender mercies. Our moderator is not
uh-oh.
feeling well. Like me, he's an older person, and the storms ripped through where he lives, and he's feeling the storms. So we are flying without a moderator tonight. That means people are under my tender mercies. Welcome to Chronicles. Welcome to Scarlet Watch. This is... Well, Scarlet Watch is... Speaking of our moderator, he just can't stay away. My friend, go rest. We'll talk about the issue later. Go rest. It is fine. Scarlet Watch is my homebrew D&D campaign, has been going on. Well, I have been playing with it for a very large chunk of my life. The current iteration has been going on for about 3 years now, a little over. We started streaming, what, a month ago? 2 months ago? 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. About 2 months now.
We just kind of dropped the audience in the middle of the story. Which in a lot of ways wasn't nice of me. But I wanted to start streaming this. I've been encouraged by my incredible players that we needed to start streaming this. So,
Yeah.
that's what I've done. Forgetting that we're dropping the audience in the middle of a very large, very complex story. So earlier this month, I realized I didn't have a whole lot of content for this month. And I went, hey, I can give history on the campaign. That was the original thought. The funny thing about plans and meeting the real world, yeah. They never survive.
Yeah.
I am going to use
But
this.
hey,
Go ahead.
yeah, but hey, at least we're getting something done and out there, and even if people miss the initial stream, we'll still have it for people to come back to, and we'll probably touch on this stuff again at some point, especially when certain things become relevant in the games as we play.
Definitely. As we play, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely things will be brought back up. I'm bringing up a map of the Vale. Oh, that's not the map I want. I have multiple maps of the Vale. There's the one I was after. I was after the old one, the real old one.
There you go. The classic.
The classic, yeah. Because I wanted to bring that up instead of the map you guys are currently on, because, well, I don't want to give away spoilers.
No. And as much as I don't mind spoilers, sometimes being spoiled is not always a good thing.
Yeah. Well, you know quite a bit about what's coming anyway, and you've done an excellent job of keeping character knowledge and player knowledge completely separate.
Well, and that brings an interesting subject is, have ability to keep player and character knowledge separated, and kind of put stuff aside for when you're playing the character, and not bring what you know as a player into the game, or get anybody else to know more than they do. So, and it is a skill. It takes skill to be able to do it, and time and patience and practice. But you get used to it, and it's not so bad. But even then, I still get curveballs thrown at me, and that's all good. I like that.
I try not to give everything away, even
Yeah,
when
as
I'm
you should.
brainstorming with my players.
Yeah.
I do my best not to give everything away. The campaign started out as just me playing D&D, then I got some ideas, and it grew from there, and then went on hiatus for years. Then I started being a lane act, well, started being a cast member, then a lane act, then a stage act for Renaissance fairs. And I started telling stories. And I needed a place to set my stories in, and I went, oh, look at this world. I started doing that. Then COVID hit, and we all know what COVID did to everybody. COVID was ugly.
Yeah. Well, it's said and gone and done, and but gives an opportunity to put some foundations for something better there, which I think we all have done, game wise and otherwise.
I think so as well. But
Yeah.
during COVID, I decided to resurrect my game. And it was a pure whim of reached out via my friends and folks I knew for a long time and said, hey, if I would run an online D&D game based in the world where my stories are told, would there be any interest? Full disclosure, I expected none. Not a nit. Nil. Oh, was I wrong. And that's where this current iteration came from, was the responses. Well, the partial responses. I had more responses than I could field. And then between scheduling and a few other things, I'm down to the party I have, which we have been playing together for a large chunk of us. Well, not a large chunk. 4 of us for 3 years. Or over 3 years. 6 of us for 3 years. And then we brought in the final member 6-8 months ago?
Yeah, about 8 months ago.
No, longer than that. She came in.
No.
She came in near the end of the year last year. So yeah, she's been here just about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. Time flies, man. Time flies.
So that's kind of the overview of the campaign, of the players and why we're here. Last week we kind of glazed over some things, and I went and grabbed the actual notes. We have a party member who takes notes for us, which is absolutely amazing. Well, okay, let me correct that. She takes notes for herself and then shares them with us. And I've thanked her countless times. I'm not sure how much these notes are referenced by other party members. As a DM, I actually reference these because I'm horrible about taking notes. And I was going over these notes today, and speaking of going over the notes, I've got to bring up another window here. So please bear with me, stream. As I play musical documents and musical things here, so I can have multiple things going on. Yeah, me single task. So we kind of glazed over during last week of what the early days were. And over the last week, I kind of looked at it a bit harder and realized there's a lot of information there. I packed a whole bunch of detail into the early part of the game. And I don't know if the current players really understand how much I packed in the early part of the game. I didn't realize it. I really didn't. Oh. No. Okay, let me collect things here. I have 2 minds tonight. I'm going to cover more than one thing tonight. And welcome, viewers who just
Yeah.
wandered in. Not sure who wandered in. Chime out if you wish. If not, lurk away. I don't mind either way. We are running History of My Campaign.
Talkers and lurkers are all welcome here.
Oh, they are. They are.
Yeah.
So early in the game, I brought the party together into one region of the world. Various means and various plot hooks. And convinced them to go investigate some things. They was going to go investigate rumors of an army forming up north. A monstrous army. So I'm trying to find a way to make to where I can see everything I need to see at once. And those that have layered windows and tabs, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
I know those that have layered windows and tabs know fully well the entertainment I'm trying to pull off here. And there we go. So the party was contacted. They were formed and they were hired to do some investigating. And they left Stone Sentinels, which is... I get a ping. Stone Sentinels is the capital city here. Stone Sentinels is a medieval city of right around 60,000. It is a city guarded by walls. These walls are about 20 feet high and about 20 feet thick. Part of them are hollow, not all of them. Most, it's a mixture of hollow walls and solid stone. The stone is not built. The walls appears to be completely raised out of the ground, most likely magically. Has the party discovered otherwise? I don't remember.
Don't know yet.
Okay, then we'll leave that there.
I'm sure Grendel's has a and Bixie may have a passing knowledge since they deal with
They deal with earth and
sort of
stone
thing,
and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But even then, I don't think it's much of a huge thing, especially considering all the interesting and wondrous sites that are all over the whole Vale there.
Yeah, the city itself is a marvel of both magic and mundane engineering. There is pumped water, pressured water. There are flushy toilets, a fully functioning sewer system. There is a river that flows through it that is about the size of the Mississippi. It is a large, deep river that is perfect for barge travel and such. And that is what it is used for.
Mm-hmm.
What gives the city its name is 5 monoliths within the city, each one right around the size of the Washington Monument. These monoliths appear to be made out of obsidian. Again, there are really no building marks on these, so folks are not sure how they were made. The city was a discovered city in this current age. When refugees discovered it, it was completely abandoned. Now the party has found out why later. That is to come in later episodes when we circle back around to this.
And that's something that kind of come up there that we're definitely going to be exploring more is the fact that Stone Sentinels and the entire Vale itself for a while was abandoned, and then people just kind of started coming back to it and figuring out what's there. And there's still a lot of secrets, a lot of stuff happening, and a lot more to explore.
Right. So as a player, where do you want to explore in the Vale as a player?
Well, as a player, I wouldn't mind going more into the woods to the southwest there. that seems like an interesting area as well. Anything else there? Considering that that's that has a lot of deep secrets and such. Some of the other ruins around the area would be worth checking out. Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of potentials. I mean, nothing says we won't be adding this map later, so you never know. What potentials? Somebody comes up with something, and that might, for as a player, for me, spark interest in that, that particular area that somebody else comes up with there. But yeah, I mean, that's gonna be part of the whole thing for, like, especially when we do the Gazetteer for the Veil and stuff, is that this is rediscovering a lot. I mean, there's a lot to be rediscovered here, even in Stone Sentinels, where people have been there for a while, since it was rediscovered. I mean, it's all going to be about discovery and rediscovery here, and finding out, what's going on. And, there's many groups out there that are, I'm sure, that are involved with, trying to piece together the entire tale of the Veil and what's up with it.
Oh, there are groups trying to piece it together. There are also groups trying to keep it secret.
Of course. We've run into a couple of those groups before along the way, but that's probably jumping ahead a little bit.
That is jumping ahead. So I'm going to go to my notes here. So something I didn't touch on very much last week was way stations.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mentioned that on the main roads, the towns were about 2 days apart. What I didn't mention was way stations. So way stations are essentially a city or a Veil-sponsored site that'll either be... It's a site off the main road where caravans or adventurers can get off the main road, and it's a safe spot to either camp, or a lot of times there's an inn or a small outpost at these places. And they're called way stations. Most of them are well kept, not all of them. And they are positioned about a day's ride, or about a day and a quarter to day and a half walk in between. So the towns are positioned about a 2-day ride in between. And these way stations are positioned in between the towns. And there are various ones. Yes, the council subsidizes these. Yes, the Veil subsidizes these. But for the most part, they are individually run and owned and operated. It's basically a nice spot for merchants, adventurers, travelers to have a safe spot to stay. And if you have this constant safe spot, I can guarantee you there is some merchant, some innkeeper, some business person that's going to go, ooh, I can make some coin there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just like here. You got an opportunity to make coin, people are going to take it. Guarantee you they're going to find a way to make coin. And that's what way stations are. And I know I didn't really touch base on them last week. And that's just kind of an overview.
Yeah, I can see the way stations may also gather, not just gather travelers, but gather, people in the area to come and meet up, especially for, meet up for gatherings and such. And again, gatherings with travelers coming in means potential for fairs and for other business opportunities and such.
Yeah.
And opportunity for fun and action.
For festivals, for commerce. I'm sure these way stations sponsor a market day once a week. I'm all but positive of it.
Easily.
You time a market day with a scheduled caravan coming through, and hey, there's some extra coin again.
Yeah.
Or a nice spot to pick up rumors and gossip and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to do something. Begin to the stream. I introduced you.
Yeah.
I kind of introduced me.
Okay. All right.
Background music is supplied by Tabletop Audio. It is I like it. I actually stream it through Discord. I've got an app and I stream it through Discord. That way, Ford can hear it, or I'm sorry, Grendel can hear it. I can hear it, and then I keep it fairly low for our audience. I like it because it's 10-minute pieces of music that loop. It's got a player built into it, so you can stack as much music as you want, and then it all loops. It gives a nice background. It's free, unless you're making money off of your stream. Then they're going, hey, toss us some of that. But otherwise, they just want you to acknowledge they're using it. I'm using it. Sure. I like it. Gaming software you see here on the big desktop. This is Fantasy Grounds Unity. Absolutely love this thing. It is a virtual tabletop software. Plays, what do they have, like 30 licenses at this point?
At least. A lot of popular games are through Fantasy Grounds.
A lot of popular games can be played. And only the DM, well, depends. You don't have to have a subscription or own a license to Fantasy Grounds to play in it. But if you want to host games, you need to have the license or the subscription. Honestly, at this point, they lowered prices, and it's affordable. It really is for virtual tabletop.
Good game. Yeah, good game, good system to work with. I've been pleased with it personally.
As my audio director give me cues. Yes, we have an audio director, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I highly recommend it. I've used a couple of others. I'm not going to mention them, but so far out of the ones I've used, I have been the most impressed with Fantasy Grounds, hands down.
Yeah. Good people there, good focus. Good stuff going on there. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Character art and character frames are done by Vector Moon Graphics. There is a link in the About Me here in Discord to them. Give them a look. Speaking of audio producer, audio monitor.
Hello there.
But give them a look. They do absolutely incredible work. And it's not just digital artwork. They do glass etching. They do other bits and pieces of work. Yeah. I'm old enough to know exactly what that means, too. She pipes up, I'm a Jaffo. I know what that one means. Oh. And I think that's all the acknowledgments I really need to shout out there. Unless I want to go deeper into the equipment and such I'm using, which I don't. Frankly, I don't remember most of the equipment I'm using.
Okay.
So back to my notes here. And the reason I mentioned way stations is the party traveled north from Stone Sentinels. And they stayed at the Open Bow Inn. The Open Bow Inn is a way station. And did I mark it? Yeah, I did mark it on the map, I think. Click over here to my map. Yes, I did. And honestly, I'm not well, I know Arcane Tower is wrong. We're going to move this beast right here. I don't know if you can... Probably not.
Yeah, I can see it there.
Okay. Now we're going to move the Arcane Tower. The Open Bow Inn, and I don't remember if it was a way station or a village. Notes are a little vague on that. Purposely vague. But it's up in the trees. This thing was built up into redwood-type trees. And the party spent the night there. As they spent the night, you guys run into a couple of goblin raiders in the kitchen. The watch engaged the raiders. Our watch at the time was a paladin of vengeance. He interrogated the raider using questionable methods in my mind. In his mind, it was perfectly fine. In the DM's mind, it was questionable methods. Sorry, I've been parched, so I'm going to be drinking a lot today. For those that are curious, that is green tea. That is not alcoholic. It is green tea. Me, alcohol, and streams do not mix.
Yeah.
You guys end up spending the night at the inn, and during watch in the early morning hours, raided. Interrogating the goblin, he comes out with the name Raven. Hail Hydrate. Yes, Hail Hydrate. One of our party members, part of the dreams he had and part of the things that he kept running into is raven feathers. But these are harpy-sized raven feathers. This poor guy in harpies.
Yes, well, we can all see what's going to happen.
Yeah, we all love the harpies. I have plans for those.
I know you do. I don't know what they are, and that's fine.
After interrogating the goblin, the party talks to local constable. His name's Jareth. Yes, thank you, note taker, for actual names. It's been forever since I saw that name and went, oh yeah, Jareth.
Mm-hmm.
Offered the party 200 gold to gather more information about the raiders, as well as the gladiatorial arena and gambling den rumored up north. This place was also, the party also discovered this place was known as the Arena. Grendel discovered something else about this place, which we will touch on here in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Goblin flees to an encampment in the Foothill Mountains, which was northwest of Oaken Reach. Now, before the party bedded down and such, they did set up alarms and traps using the village's help, or at least the inn's help, setting up traps and alarms in case the goblins or something else decided to come up to their trees and raid them. Wee hours of that morning, the alarms go off, and a goblin is discovered. No, I'm sorry. That's wrong. The goblin raider that was captured escaped. There it is. 2 party members decided to track him and followed him up northwest to the northwest of Oaken Reach. Told you, I thought I had a name for this town right here. Guess what? We have a name.
Mm-hmm.
That is Oaken Reach. Names, 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 and naming conventions. Gotta remember where I put that. I am working on putting parts of this on World Anvil, if people are interested. Once I get it set up, properly set up, I will share it out. Oaken Reach. Here's one of the nifty things about these pins I'm putting. I can actually, since they're linked to a story, we can do a full write-up, throw links to maps and everything else in those.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yeah. So this is part of the reason I'm pinning the map, putting names on the map, is so we can do write-ups and such like this. This way, doing notes later. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Very much so. It's going to come in real handy. Make it easier to put notable names and such like that in there to where it's like, oh, where was this guy at? What is in this town? Click, open it up, and it's there. Fantasy Grounds gives you all sorts of methods to organize things and make things easier for not only the DM but the players. That is, if the DM is nice enough to share things. I'm a little stingy. Yeah, that's. I didn't realize how much I'd put into this. This is definitely an oof. I put a whole lot into this. Kudos to my players for putting up with my crazy bits of detail I put in here.
Hey, that's what makes it count there.
Oh, I didn't realize how much I put into it. I really didn't.
I understand that.
I just started weaving, and you guys
Think about being creative on these things, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So 2 of the party members tracked the goblin as it escaped, and then large chunk of the rest of the party tracked the 2 party members tracking the goblin. Well, they tracked the goblin to the hills to the northwest. So to put that in perspective, they tracked the goblin, and I'll close that where I can maybe see what I'm doing. Somewhere up in here. And that is where they discover a very large encampment in what is known as the Foothill Mountains. Yes, I know they're hills. They're mountains in this area like, the Ozarks has mountains compared to the Sierra Nevadas. Yeah, they're mountains. So I guess I need to put another pin up, don't I?
Hey,
I have a location.
let's do it. I mean, we're reviewing this stuff. Sure.
Oh my, I have a locations button. Oh, here we go, people. Oh. Grindal? This is going to be handy.
Good.
Instead of story entries, I can do location entries. Where I can pin locations and put it all underneath the Veil of Mist. Oh.
There you go.
Okay, I just discovered something new about Fantasy Grounds, guys. Here we go.
Hey, here we go. Hey, we'll make use of it. We will make use of it. And hey, that's another good reason for us to be here talking about this, is that we're reviewing stuff and able to codify things that we haven't had a chance to go over and share within it all at the same time.
Yep. Oh. So I'll need to move these pins to this. Oh boy. Well, let me move these pins. Not from here, but how about from here? Okay. Won't let me move them from one to the other. But that just means I make new ones.
There you go.
So then I do... delete that shortcut and build a new one. Drop it like so. Boom. Okay. Open bow in.
When it comes time to update the map, we're going to have quite the
We're going to have...
reference here for sure.
Yeah.
Which will be helpful.
Let's move you here.
Really cool.
Edit the list. Open bow in. We're just going to delete it like so. Delete that. And then pin it like so. I think so. I think we can reuse these because they're just pins. So they're not labels on the map, they're just pins.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's an exciting feature. That really is. I'll go small town. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Spell check. Floor Hill Mountains. Yeah. Yeah, I think we are going to test it on a random map. And I'm sorry to skip from the history lesson to a, ooh, look, new shiny.
Well, hey, though we're actually incorporating both history and our, and our new knowledge of how to incorporate stuff into Fantasy Grounds here, which is what we're all about here, and showing off what some of the stuff you can do with Fantasy Grounds as well. There's a lot of functionality with Fantasy Grounds. I can't say that any of us have truly known everything that's available here. I mean, there's always something new to find. And case in point tonight, with that locations and pins on a map and with descriptions.
Floor Hill. There. Now we have the Foothill Mountains, not the Floor Hill Mountains.
There you go.
Ah.
Sure, the Floor Hill Mountains exist somewhere else.
Oh, I'm sure they do somewhere too. We're going to keep that name eventually. It will be used.
Oh,
People
yeah.
go, oh, that's got to be a typo. Nope. You know, another
That's
thing.
also begs to be written about too.
Yeah. And another thing
That's
this
called
feature will
Hill.
be. I keep talking over you. I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
my friend.
Sorry, no problem.
Another thing this pin would be good for, especially for DMs, is if they've got something that comes and goes from an area, they can pin it. Or something that moves from area to area on the map. They can use
Absolutely.
this. Yeah, I agree. I'm glad we found this before I had everything already pinned in the other format. Did you ever see that picture? Did I ever share the picture of the arena with you guys? The entrance?
We briefly saw the arena last week. That got a good brief look-see at it.
Yeah. I actually found some artwork of what the entrance kind of looked like.
Oh, we got some artwork on the entrance.
Yeah.
Cool. Yes. There we go.
Oop, I'm sorry, I shut it down before you really got to look at it. I want to see. Can I bring that? Why won't it let me bring that over? Okay, it's a different format. Fine. We will add an entry. Is that what I think? Oh! I can add a picture right with the pin.
There we go.
Oh, assets.
Mm-hmm.
So assets, campaign. Yeah, this is what my assets folders looks like. It is huge. There we go. I am going to leave that there, but I am going to pull the pin. I'm going to use that pin there. Pictures. This is a landmark. Description. I know that's spelt wrong. That is now known as the Northern Eyrie. Nothing like a spoiler. Well, that's not really a spoiler. That's just things coming up.
Yes.
But yeah, that is, and I will fix that spelling later. Arcane Tower. Again, I've got a couple things. See, that's the inventory of the workshop that's down there. There we are. So again, and this is a landmark. How would you describe Arcane Tower?
Big, imposing.
Because this is where
get up to it.
Yeah, this is where Bixie got yeeted. This is where the mages from Stone Sentinels were slaughtered.
Yeah. Yeah, I was one of the first major targets of the invading army.
Yes, it was. Um. It's now a stone watchtower. Stone Wizard's Tower. Hollow ground. Yes, that is hollow ground. I agree.
Yeah, definitely.
Stone Wizard's Tower, where the Band of the Hand made its first strike in the Vale of Mist, now considered hallowed ground.
Mm. Yes, the army that is the Band of the Hand. There's still most of it out there, actually, doing things.
Doing things. Doing what? There is evidence that the band
Yes,
disbanded. You guys discovered that, and I will cover
or
that
did
later.
it? That's the
Well,
what's that?
there is evidence. You guys discovered evidence of the Band of the Hand being disbanded. In the current story arc, when you went into
Okay.
Darkwater Swamp. Or I could be remembering wrong.
I don't know. That's something to check for a future
Yeah, I'll have
future
to go.
delve there.
I'll have to go digging through notes because I
Because as I
know.
recall, we did dealt them a huge blow with taking over the arena and and reclaiming the arena. But by and large, there was a lot of army out there that we know is out there that's still out there, technically disbanded or not. And the question is, what are they up to? Or is this disbandment false information sent out there to make people think that they're not there? We don't know. We probably would have looked into it a little bit more if we didn't have more pressing issues.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of threw you guys a few loops at the end of that first arc. I really did.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. There's always loops, and loops can go back into and check out.
Okay, so Arcane Tower is right in that vicinity. Oh, that is beautiful, though. The ability to pin just like that is yes.
Yes.
And now we can do full write-ups on these, and that'll make. So those that don't know, we're looking at making a gazetteer for the Veil, and doing this right here has just made us writing it so much easier, because now we have locations pinned and we have a format to play with. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate.
Yes.
All right, back to show notes. Back to campaign. So our scouts come across this camp. And what they first thought, whoa, why did I suddenly go fuzzy? There it goes. I saw my camera blur. It's like, whoa.
Gotta love the internet.
Yeah. The party comes across this camp, and it's a very large, monstrous camp. Much larger than what the party was expecting, and much larger than the party was prepared to tackle. So believe it or not, they did the they did the better part of valor thing. They started to sneak away.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the folks that scouted the camp weren't both rogues. And this was early on in your guys' career.
Mm-hmm.
They were spotted, the alarm was raised, and it wasn't a retreat. It was not a retreat by our two trackers. It was a flat-out rout.
Mm.
They beat feet, and the encampment gave chase. Now, as the encampment gave chase, the scouts run across the folks that were tracking the scouts and basically told them to run as they ran past. And that was when basically the encampment come down on the party. The rest of the party did the intelligent thing and ran.
Yeah. Better position.
You guys ended up being separated. There were several small battles. There was a handful of small battles. I think each group had its own small battle. In the process, you lost a couple of horses. And eventually, through various things and battles, and you guys survive. And you try to head back toward the Open Bow Inn. You get lost. You lose your way.
Mm.
And as sun rises, you discover you are closer to the mountains than you are to the inn.
Mm.
You guys find a safe spot to rest for the day, or for part of the day. And then you push on, you find another waypoint. This is a way station. And I haven't marked this one on the map. Primarily because I'm not positive where it's at, I'll be very honest.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, well, I know the Open Bow Inn is here. This is Northreach, which is the northernmost town. Logic says it should be right in this vicinity, but the way the descriptors wrote, it's up in here. I'm not sure where it's at. I'll figure it out.
We'll come up with a solid.
Yeah, I was really loose with geography at this point. Oh my god, I was loose.
We'll wrangle it in and get it a little more tight.
But you guys stumble into a way station late that morning. Get some rooms and get some sleep. Now, as our young college student rogue goes to bed down, he catches a glimpse of what looks like a small dragon. This dragon is carrying a flask on its back. He just kind of goes, "Oh, no. I something's not right here," and goes to sleep. Gets up in the morning and discovers the dragon is actually a familiar for a member of the council in Stone Sentinels. Person's name is Silverleaf. He is one of the council for Stone Sentinels. He brings the party into his confidence and asks the party to do some scouting and to honestly do some things that are well above their pay grade and their abilities. I don't know what it is about people in power looking at an adventuring party going, "Oh yeah, you guys can handle this." And woefully underestimating the party's experience, or woefully underestimating or overestimating the party's experience and underestimating the threat. Yeah, you guys were expendable. That was the other thing. You were expendable. He asked you guys to look into the 105th Orcish Brigade that was reportedly moving through the mountains. Yes, I actually have I have a brigade number written down. Why I give it a brigade number, I'm not sure. But it is
Hmm.
105th. He give you guys a couple of
So what
minor...
about the other 104 orc brigades?
Yeah!
That's a good question right there.
And I agree with Raven here. It sounded better at the time. But yeah, I
There you
agree with
go.
you too. Where are the other 104 brigades? What are they doing? And
Hmm.
why are the armies that organized?
Nothing says orcs can't be organized under the right circumstances.
True, true. And disclosure for people watching this later or people looking at the new 2024 rules for D&D. This campaign was originally written back in second edition, when there was no way in the world players would be playing orcs. I know times have changed. The campaign is slowly changing to reflect those times, just as the campaign world will
Hmm.
be reflecting that. Change takes time. That is
But
my
sometimes
disclosure.
change can lead to a lot more creativity
Oh, yeah.
too. So that's something you need to capitalize on always.
Well, I am blessed with some incredibly creative players.
And
Oh,
as much as I would like to take credit for a lot of it. There's some there's some amazing stuff by everybody in the game that's coming up with.
I,
And I am amazed at some of the things that people always yeah come up with and give to the GM here. And just we are a creative lot, and I'm happy to be a part of it, and I'm happy to see others flexing their creative muscles and such.
we have, and this is okay. Shameless plug time. Absolutely, positively shameless plug. We stream this game every other Sunday. We start about 1. We wrap by 6. It is Scarlet Watch Dwarven Forge is the name of the campaign or the story arc. We stream this every other
Mm-hmm.
Sunday. We stream for about 4.5,
It's
5 hours.
Sunday, isn't it?
It is this Sunday. Um,
Yes.
and again, Raven, I agree with you. Just because they're playable doesn't mean the DM wants them in their campaign. Actually, I'm working on a way to getting them in the campaign. I have thoughts. And I know this is a shameless plug. Come watch us. Come listen in on the shenanigans. They are in the right about the middle of a very involved story arc. Come in, watch us play, encourage us on. We would love to have you in. I do this stream on Wednesdays. There will be one more Wednesday stream, which will be next week. And then this is going to go on hiatus for 4 weeks. Or is it going to be 3 weeks?
3 weeks
3 weeks.
during November. Then we'll come back and talk some more stuff in December on Wednesdays.
Yeah, then we'll be back in December. And I'll bring up Tomes of Samovar, which is the other D&D
Yes.
campaign I'm running. Loosely, and I do mean loosely based in Forgotten Realms. True Realms purists are going to see what I'm doing and go, you can't do that. And I'm going to go, yes, I can.
It's your own game. Yeah, busy pop culture. Yeah.
Oh, you pixelated hard there, Grendel. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, no. No.